This video is sponsored by Open a Franchise. Open a Franchise is a franchise consulting company that helps people find the right franchise to buy. The service is free, and through a series of questions and interviews, we will help you determine which franchise, if any, fit what you would consider the right business for you and your family. We'll also help you through the due diligence process. Make sure you stay focused on the proper research of the franchise and make sure that the franchise is providing you with the information that you need. You can reach us by visiting our website at www.openafranchise.com or by calling us at 484-948-1156. The next section we're going to talk about is LinkedIn, how to use it, and joining and managing groups. LinkedIn is built much more around a professional network. Usually you would network with other professionals in similar or complementary industries. If you're a real estate broker, you might network with mortgage brokers, and this would be the network you might use for that. You might network with other supporting companies or companies that you support. The interesting thing about LinkedIn is it's very user moderated. I'll go into this a bit later in the group section. When you sign up for a LinkedIn account, you should invite your friends and coworkers from your email box during the sign-up process. The screen will ask you to enter your login for your email program. I use Gmail, so it's quite easy. It just logs in, pops in my friends' email addresses, and then it sends them an invite. Once you're signed up, you should complete your profile 100% or as close as you can get it for now. This means filling out each section. It does take some time, but it is well worth it later. A lot of people will view your profile to look at who you are and what you've done, so make sure it is done in a professional manner. Use punctuation, use capital letters. Everyone can see your profile once you're connected with them. Upload your pictures so people know what you look like. This isn't Facebook where you upload a picture of you and your friends drinking at the bar. This is where you dress in a polo shirt or a blouse and take a picture of you just for this site. Your professional image will go a long way when people decide to connect with you on this site. Moderators of the groups look at your profile too, so make sure you completely fill out the employment section so they can see that you're relevant to their group. In the profile section, you should enter your 3 links. LinkedIn allows you to link to 3 outside websites. These 3 links should be your website, your blog, excuse me, and a link to your profilelinks.com account if you have one, or maybe your Twitter account if you have one. There's also a public profile link. This should be customized by you by clicking on Edit. Enter something better than the number sequence that's the default setting. I chose my first and last name with the 77 after it only because my first and last name was not available with this particular network. You should make your profile as public as you are comfortable with. This isn't a site to hide your information. This is a professional profile. If you're afraid of showing something, then don't put it in your profile. Either way, make it as public as you can because other users do use your profile to determine if they're going to connect with you. My profile is 100% open to everyone, and so far I've not had an issue with it at all. The next thing you do once you sign up is click on the Groups button link on the left, in the upper left corner. In the search box on the right, type in the search terms for a type of group that your target demographic would be interested in. I searched for entrepreneurs and business owners. When you get to the results page, the results for your search will be sorted by size based on how many members are in the group. Joining groups is an important part of LinkedIn, contributing to them as well, which I'll cover. In the beginning, larger is better. As you get to know how to use LinkedIn, you may change your groups to focus on a more specific demographic. You can change groups at any time. Some groups will approve you automatically. Others require approval. The approvals are given by the owner of the group. You become the owner of a group by creating a group and managing it. I'll cover that more in a bit. As soon as you're approved for some groups, the next thing to do is start to build your trust. Sound familiar? By submitting articles, news, and information to the discussion boards by creating a discussion. You can also ask a question that you need to get answered. Don't start a discussion by posting an ad. It will get deleted, and they will unsubscribe you from the group. They don't like that. They consider that to be spam. So in the upper right corner of any group, once you've joined it and been approved, you can click on Groups on the left again, and now you'll see the groups that you belong to. But in the upper right corner of any group, once you navigate to the actual group, you can click on Start a Discussion. Each discussion you start should end with your signature. In your signature is the link to your website and or your blog. Make sure to hyperlink them by putting http:// in front of the www. it would go something like this. Title: Has anyone had luck with XYZ film for this ABC camera? Let's assume you were targeting photographers. In the area, not the subject, but in the section area, in the expansion area, you would put, I use an ABC camera with XYZ film. Has anyone else used this combo? I'd appreciate some feedback or suggestions on this from the group. Thanks, John Henning, http://openafranchise.com. And what happens is users will view that when they respond, and they will click on that. This link will get distributed to people that read your posting, and it gets them familiar with your profile, because next to each discussion you start or comment you place on someone else's discussion is your profile with a picture and a link to your profile. Now you can see why having your profile completed is so important. As you can see on the screen, here's a sample of an ad I actually posted. I did quickly delete it, of course, because it says sample title goes here, and no one would want to look at that. Commenting on discussions is a good way to contribute as well. If you look through the discussions in the groups you belong to, there'll be questions, and there'll be blatant advertisements, and there'll be other statements, and all kinds of information traded back and forth. Answer the questions, comment on the discussions if you can. Cite sources, use links to articles that have to do with the answer, and again, use Google News or Wikipedia to find a relevant answer or the right answer or information about an article, and then post that link there. Always make sure to hyperlink your website or blog links under your name when you enter it at the end of the post or comment. I also set up a VoIP line just for the purpose of putting that phone number into my signature on social sites. I never get many calls. Occasionally I do. But I think more people trust what I have to say because I put my phone number on there. Create a PowerPoint presentation. This is another thing you can do in LinkedIn, and upload it to your profile using the Google Docs SlideShare applications. There are applications you can insert into your profile that allow you to enter extra information, data, pictures. If you go to my profile on LinkedIn, you will see I created a slideshow of pictures for my business. People feel more comfortable if they see your office or your location. This presentation also allows a hyperlink. So when you create your PowerPoint and upload it to the Google Docs or SharePoint services, or Share Slides, make sure to put the link to your website or blog on the last page of or every page of the presentation, like you can see right here. That's actually clickable when you go to my profile. Another thing you can do that it helps attract attention to your profile is enter in the books that you're reading or have read using the reading list by Amazon. These should not be mysteries and love stories. These should be books based on your business or your industry by fairly prominent authors. And as you can see, here's a couple of the books that I've read. And then I've even commented on some of the books. I even actually uploaded one of my own books, The Only Sales Book That You'll Ever Need, and put a review on there for that. Why not? Everybody looks at my profile. Always write a review on the books you've completed. Other people will see your books and be more likely to connect with you or click on your website links if they feel you are contributing to the community. Contribution, sharing, and giving are the key to LinkedIn, just like any other social network. Recommendations is something that's kind of unique to LinkedIn. A recommendation is a critical part of the LinkedIn network. If you go to my profile on LinkedIn, you'll see I have like 7 or 8 recommendations. These recommendations were written about me by other people I have connected with. And if you look here, you'll see on the screen that there's a couple of my recommendations that were given to me. Previous employers, business partners, employees, and other professional contacts that I've done business with will give you or give me recommendations. I'm sure you have some of those too. Your credibility goes through the roof when other people see the recommendations. They're like testimonials for you or your business. The easiest way to get recommendations is to give them. Each time you give a recommendation for someone else, they'll receive an email that says you left them a recommendation and do they want to show this on their profile. Of course, they will almost always say yes, and when they do accept the recommendation, LinkedIn, smartly, asks them if they want to leave a recommendation for you. Most of the time they will say yes and type up a quick paragraph about how great you were in or are in their relationship with you. If by chance they do accept your recommendation and they don't leave you one, it is easy and well within the acceptable practice on LinkedIn to email them and ask them to do it. What are they going to say? No. You just left them a recommendation, and they will usually do the same for you.